Welcome to the Fiscal Philosophy YouTube channel. Today we're looking at a dividend stock that you most likely have never heard of. Ticker is PX, and this is P10 Inc. This company provides services such as asset management, venture capital, private credit funding, fund of funds, and consulting services. Does that sound a bit Wall Street and a bit complicated? Yes, maybe so. What isn't hard to understand, though, are the financials and why this caught the interest of a member of my Discord and one of my channel members. In fact, based on their interest in it and my cursory look at the financials, I started a small position in this company while I look into it further. Basically, I see the strong potential from a financial perspective, and over time, I'll seek to understand the business better before I buy more. In the limited time that they've been public, they have achieved substantial year-over-year revenue growth in each fiscal year. Granted, the most recent year was not as fast in terms of growth as the prior year. It's still solid growth nonetheless. Of course, top-line growth isn't nearly as impressive if you balloon costs and do so at the cost of being profitable. So, to their credit, they have maintained positive free cash flow throughout the vast majority of this growth run. I think that's pretty important. I think it shows that the company wants to grow, but they want to do so responsibly. And while they may spend cash to grow in some cases, they're not just lighting piles of it on fire just to move up the top line revenue number, which a lot of companies do. They essentially buy their revenue at an inflated price just to, create excitement on Wall Street, basically. The other exciting thing for me is businesses in this stage. Normally, I'm pretty worried about dilution. However, as you can see, in the most recent period, they've actually begun buying back a small amount of shares instead of funding their growth with further dilution. This is perhaps a tipping point for this company. This may be an indicator that perhaps future growth is sustainable just with the cash that the business generates, and that they no longer need to dilute shareholders in order to produce some organic growth in the business. And if you couple the share repurchases recently with the fact that for a new business that seems to still be fast growing, this seems to be trading relatively cheaply, a little over 17 times their free cash flow. That's not really a very demanding valuation at all for the kind of top line growth they've been spitting out. Also, just to answer a question that I sometimes get, I'm choosing to judge them more based on their free cash flow, since their free cash flow margins are looking like they stay in a relatively consistent range over time, at least for the short time they've been publicly traded. There seems to be a pretty positive sentiment from analysts around this name, giving it a consensus buy rating, with the lowest analyst price target listed here being $12 with the high of $15. This is one of the tightest ranges I've seen recently from analysts on any stock. Curious what I would come up with running it through a DCF model, and we'll do that in just a moment. Their dividend metrics are showing a yield of 1.42%. They haven't really been around long enough yet to have a growth rate, and the payout ratio isn't showing up due to a quarter of negative net income, but the 13-cent annual dividend is easily covered by the 52 cents of free cash flow that they posted in the fiscal year 2022. 2023 should be as good or better, and the future could be even better than that. Analysts expect the bottom line to approach almost $1 per share in the coming year. That's pretty substantial for a company that trades at a little over $9 per share. As you can see here, if you apply a 10% discount rate, assume the 85 cents in bottom line earnings or free cash flow, and apply a modest 7% growth rate, which this is a lot less than their revenue growth, and their free cash flow margins seem relatively consistent, at least range bound. So if they can sustain some kind of respectable top line revenue growth and free cash flow margins for at least a few of these years, I think it'll average out to this potentially. You come out with a stock that's worth a bit over $10, trading for around $9. But I think it's very possible that they could achieve much better growth than this, in which case their fair value is much higher. Now, you could also use a steeper discount rate since there is some predictability issue with the business. We don't exactly have a super long track record to go off of with this, so these are sort of our best guess with what we know right now. And there's still a lot more about the details of the business that need to be dug into to have a better overall understanding. But with what we've come up with here, I was comfortable taking a small position while I research more. I've essentially taken a small flyer on this. It's less than 1% of my investments, and it is, however, enough to want to motivate me to look into it more. And if I keep finding more things that I find positive with the business, I'll be more inclined to increase my position as long as the valuation remains attractive. If it turns out that I start to believe I've made an error, I may just exit the position. But my hope is that maybe upon seeing this video, some of you will start to take a look at this and perhaps offer your own opinions on it as I continue to dig in myself. And if you would like to see future videos on this ticker, please be sure to leave me a comment or hop on Discord and let me know. I would like to thank you once again for watching. Please make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you enjoy investing content. Make sure you like the video for the algorithm. Now, also, you can do me a big favor by following me on X/Twitter at Mr. Macho Mog, link in the description there, as well as joining my Discord, link in the description, become a channel member, link in the description. Just follow all the links in the description. Watch me every Saturday, 8 p.m., Cashflow Kings Live. Yes, you guessed it, link in the description. Have a good one.